That makes sense. Which I
Yeah.
feel like too, like we have to look at, I mean, like women and like a lot of times people will look at like women being equal to men, but we also have to look at like men being equal to women as well. Because I know sometimes men can get stuck in like stereotypes where they can't be, you know, they can't show like their more feminine sides versus like women, and I think that's something we have to take into consideration too. Like, are we equal that way as well? Like, are we like, does society see us all uh as a whole like equal? Does that make sense? I don't know.
That absolutely does make sense. I'm actually glad that you brought this up because, like, yeah, definitely as far as financially and like physically or whatever, all that, I said definitely, we kind of went over that, but like emotionally, like that's something that I feel like men are have an expectation to like hold in their emotions. Like, don't cry. If you cry, like you're weak, you're a punk, and stuff like that. So I do still feel like there can be more improvement because, like, I guess it's crazy to me to think that, like, if a man like cries or if he's vulnerable, that it almost means that he's acting like a girl. Is basically what people would think. Like if lots of just with anything, like I do cry. Like there are certain movies like I gotta have this as a Kleenex. So
Right.
so that's what I was thinking. There's some movies I cannot help. Like so some people can probably sit there with a stone cold like sitting there, but deep down in there, you're crying in your bedroom. You just don't want to show it to your friends. You don't want to show it to your wife. And it's okay if you want to have that pride. No, actually, it's not okay if you want to have that pride because we need to change the game for men to be more emotional out here because I mean we don't have to cry about everything. I know sometimes men and women, I feel like sometimes we can get offended over every little thing. Like there could be I don't know, like one little word that gets brought up. I mean, well, if it's a terrible word, like so definitely it's worth getting offended over. But if it's somebody's like opinion on something, let's say definitely let's say some people can take it to a whole new level. So there definitely needs to be a good balance on emotions. But at the same time, I feel like, I say women, I feel like have like they're allowed to have like emotions and feelings, which is great. And I would love for men to be shown the same opportunities. And I feel like there are improvements, but not much. Like I feel like there needs to be a lot more, just because I feel like men are expected to have like a stone cold face and a hard heart, and look tough on the outside, and but on the inside, men have feelings too, and we have emotions, and we have feelings too. So I'm so glad you brought that up because that is a very good point.
It is. It is. And I mean, I grew up with three brothers, and all of them are kind of different. Some of them are just, they're not very, uh, I mean, they're compassionate, but they don't have like, they don't show their softer side, I guess. Versus one of my brothers, he shows his softer side, which is great, you know. But he was always more compassionate versus the other two. So, so
Yeah, that's what I love. Like so when there's men are that soften their hearts, that have a softened heart, and as you have compassion and care for other people out there. Like so I definitely think that that needs to be a trend. Like I would love to see more men supporting other men and being there for other men during these hard times because I know I've had moments where I may be vulnerable in front of a friend or something like that, and like they're like it could be another guy, of course, and their reaction is almost like like whoa, like this is too much, and it's like whoa, like it's not too much, like I'm just telling you how I feel, like it's like that's we hurt too, and that's I just would love to see more compassion and understanding. I feel like women, understand that like whenever a man gets emotional, but I feel like men don't understand other men when they get emotional sometimes. So, so there's definitely work that needs to be done there.
Right. Right. I agree.
Yeah, so actually that is it on my topic. Like, so there's definitely some good things that we went over, and like I said, of course, we didn't completely, like agree, but for the most part, there were things where we agreed on like the workforce and the home and all that. And I said there's definitely improvement from both sides, men and women. Whether it's the workforce, home, whether you want to have a traditional style home, as far as having the man work and the woman stay at home. Or nowadays, like I know I have a neighbor actually, like right across the street, as a stay-at-home dad, which is very like uncommon to hear of. But like he's a stay-at-home dad. His wife works, so like I said, I know other people like to where the woman provides, for the family, and listen, sometimes it's for a medical reason. So listen, everybody has different walks of life, so everybody's situation, as it just depends on their household. So like I saw
Right.
yeah, so
Sometimes women make more too. I mean, you never know. It's according to who went into what field. I mean, and sometimes it just makes sense for the woman to work versus the man. So that,
yeah. Yeah, you make a good point there too, because like I said, it depends on what type of job you go into, what you went to school for and got your degree in. Because if I still worked at like I don't work there anymore, but if I was still working at Food Giant and if I married somebody that was a doctor, of course it was going to be obvious that my wife would be getting paid higher than me. And like I said, definitely you make a good point there. Like I said, definitely just depends on what job, and the reasoning why maybe the woman gets paid more than the man, or the woman may be the one working. Like I said, if her husband is, I don't know, like very ill, very sick, or uh, got into a bad car accident and like recovering from that. So like so there's definitely different situations. So this actually was a really good conversation. I'm glad that we were able to have this, and I'm glad to have it with another female. Oh, like well, not a female. Whoa, I'm not a female, but with with a female, and instead of another male, because I just felt like we would have had the same exact opinions. I could be wrong, but it's just good to hear a female's perspective. So thank you so much for being on here today.
you're welcome. I really enjoyed the conversation as well.
Yeah, and I definitely look forward to having you come back. I know you signed up for a couple of other ones, so it's
I
definitely
did.
going to be it's definitely going to be good to see you on here again and to have more good conversations like this. And if you are watching this and if you enjoyed watching this video, you can like my video on YouTube, which my YouTube channel is called Not Your Average Joe. So yeah, you can like it there, or if you're watching this from Facebook, you can like it from there as well. And I also do have an Instagram page, Not Your Average Joel podcast, where I post like a maybe like a 30 seconds to a minute like reel of kind of like a part of the our podcast, maybe like a big part that like I enjoyed talking about. And then I also may post like on my Instagram stories like maybe a funny moment that happened. So they're even in the serious conversations, it seemed like there ends up being a funny moment. So as I haven't failed yet finding a funny moment. There's always at least something that I end up cracking up to, and it seems like today I've messed up some of my words, so I'm sure there will be something in there that I'm sure I can find. But yes, I definitely want to thank Donna for being here again, and I definitely appreciate her for being here, and I look forward to seeing everybody, or seeing other people, talking to other people about different topics. And anyway, unless I hope everybody has a good rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all later. Goodbye.
Bye.